Hey everyone, my name is Lauren, and I'm a student leader looking to enact change just like you. Do you know what the #1 killer of people our age is? You may have guessed suicide, drugs, or disease. And while all of these are real issues we deal with, the #1 killer of young people is actually car crashes. Every year in the US, 4,000 young people lose their lives in preventable crashes. That's 11 teens every day. 75% of these car crashes are caused by reckless and distracted driving. But what is distracted driving? Distracted driving is anything that takes your eyes off the road, your hands off the wheel, your mind off of driving, or keeps your ears from being alert to your surroundings. These are everyday behaviors most of us do that are perfectly legal and safe until you choose to do them behind the wheel of a car. That's where they can become deadly. Let's take a look. 50% of teens that die in car crashes are passengers, driven by another teen. Teens are 3 times more likely to get in a car crash with 2 or more passengers in the car. I lost someone really important to me. When I say it affected my entire community and changed my life forever, I'm not exaggerating. Losing someone creates a void that we carry for the rest of our lives. Whether it be the sadness of losing someone you loved with all your heart, or the unimaginable guilt of taking the life of another. These are not just sad accidents, but 100% preventable car crashes. If you could prevent that loss, would you? You can. We can all do our part to prevent car crashes from happening to ourselves and the people that we care about. It all comes down to the choices we make inside of cars, whether we're the driver or passenger. Impacting Drivers is always looking for teen ambassadors who want to use their voice to make a change in their community. Join us in stopping the #1 killer of young people. It involves your commitment, your dedication to speaking up and helping save lives. You will need the support of your school, but you will be the leader in this effort. Also, if you need volunteer hours, this gives you a way to make your community safer while meeting this requirement. As student ambassadors, we empower others to speak up when they feel unsafe in a car, whether as a driver or a passenger. In fact, 90% of teens say that they would stop texting while driving if a friend in the car asked them to. There are many ways you can make a difference in your school or community. Impacting Drivers has many evidence-based resources and curricula you can choose from to educate your peers. The ITD team will help empower you to facilitate whatever programming is right for you and will connect you with local champions who will help support your outreach efforts. Here are a few of the programs I've used in my community. You can take this opportunity to present any of our evidence-based teen programs at your high school in a student-led assembly or classroom presentation. You can organize a Make an Impact Week at your school with interactive and educational activities. These include a seatbelt challenge, Be Somebody, an Intexticated course, my favorite, the door decorating contest, spinning the Wheel of Death, and more. You can blanket your school with posters and positive messaging. Hey, slow it down! And you can share personal story videos from Impact's video library, all while empowering your peers to make safe choices as drivers and passengers. Help hold your peers accountable, encouraging everyone to take a pledge to drive distraction-free every ride. We can help you brainstorm all kinds of ideas to get your peers involved. Promote the Create Real Impact contest to encourage students ages 14 to 22 to think creatively about solutions to end reckless and distracted driving. Turn your solution into a masterpiece of graphic design, music, video, or writing, and win money. Okay, let's change locations. As passengers, we began developing our driving habits from our parents the moment we started facing forward in a car seat. So while it's important to talk to your peers, Another part of creating a distraction-free driving culture is promoting safe driving behaviors to passengers before they begin to drive. You can work with your local elementary school with age-appropriate activities and stories that feature fun characters like Distractopus, Fast Cats, and passenger pets. Thank you, Other Me. You can also go into middle schools and talk about how to speak up and be a safe passenger inside the car. Let's be real. Distracted driving is an adult problem too. We need to remind our parents about the importance of being good role models in the car. You can set up an evening of activities with your peers and their parents to participate in learning together. While you could certainly bring programs to your school solo, you might decide to build a team with your peers. Once you've assembled your team, approach the appropriate school official, whether it be your principal, guidance counselor, or a favorite teacher. Now that you have your school's buy-in, reach out to Impact Teen Drivers, and we will connect you with a champion in your community that will support your efforts. For my community champion, I teamed up with a California Highway Patrol officer. To help better explain the role of the local champion, I invited Officer Correa from the CHP to join us.
Thanks, Lauren.
No problem. Get him a good background.
My name is Officer Correa, and I'm a public information officer for the California Highway Patrol. The worst part of being an officer is rolling up to a crash scene and seeing a young life that was lost to something that was 100% preventable, and then having to go tell their parents their child is never coming home. That's why this issue is so important to me, not just as an officer, but as a father and community member. Working with amazing student leaders like Lauren to help them educate their peers and community about the dangers of reckless and distracted driving allows us to promote good decision-making by drivers and passengers. Every good decision behind the wheel is potentially one less dreaded knock on the door for an officer. So participating in this positive role is one of my favorite things about my job. And anytime we can provide education that helps us from having to do enforcement, it's a win for everybody. Your local community champion will work with you to help organize and facilitate meaningful activities and education to your peers. For example, we can help you set up an intoxicated course, a seatbelt challenge, distracted driving survey, or explain the purpose behind the graduated driver licensing laws and other rules of the road. As officers, we are here to support you every step of the way. I truly believe together we can prevent crashes caused by reckless and distracted driving. Back to you, Lauren.
Thanks, Officer Correa. As you can see, there are so many resources to support you in educating your school and community about how to stop the #1 killer of our age group. The Impact Teen Drivers team makes it easy for you to access the materials and tools you need to succeed. Your program can continue after you graduate. Consider recruiting younger students to work on the team with you. You can empower them to take over your leadership role and ensure that your safe driving program is successful for years to come. I was able to empower other students on my campus to continue this effort after I graduated. And I'm so proud that this is my legacy. So what do you think? Are you ready to make a difference? To be the change you want to see? I know that I am truly making a difference in my community. Even if you've never been touched by tragedy, you can step up now to help keep it that way. Please, help us. Help those you love. Take the first step by checking out impactteendrivers.org or emailing us at info@impactteendrivers.org to learn how you can get started. Together, we can stop the #1 killer of teens in America.